was the first job I sort of did on my own. I really sort of felt the pressure that day. It was really an overwhelming moment. My name is Will Spicer. I've been an apprentice builder for the last 2020 since 2021. I've been on the tools, so just about to be in my 4th year of my apprenticeship. And I got back and got into the idea of building through my old man. He really sort of persuaded me to sort of get into the trades. I like the difference. The type of work I've been doing is each week will be different work. We're doing joinery one week, and the next week we're doing the head flashings, and then the cladding, and the sort of every sort of week has got something different. And although building has got a pattern and a routine, there's time between each sort of process, and it's that learning and understanding of each individual process as you sort of construct a house. Yeah, it was the first kind of tough time I've had. Was the first job I sort of did on my own. I was alone with the client and just working by myself. And I found the pressure of doing it on time, doing it to a neat, orderly conduct, especially in a client's home where they're living. I really sort of felt the pressure that day, and really it was really an overwhelming moment. One thing that sort of brought me back was being able to just, at the end of the day, I was having a tough time, and I spoke to my boss, and he was a really good bloke, and I just sort of let it all out and just explained to him why I was feeling like I was feeling. And just being able to talk it through with someone who's been there before is a very valuable thing. Everyone's been through these tough times where they've had their first job, their first whatever it is. There's always going to be someone else who's also experienced that, and being able to talk to someone like that is very valuable. My biggest sort of supporters, I guess, might be my parents. They love hearing about my day, about what I did, about the nitty-gritty, just about everything. They sort of love to hear about it. But also, my good friends are also, some of them are in trades as well, so it's also good to bounce off them, as they're also my age, similar sort of way through their apprenticeship, and they also know what it's like to be sort of a younger bloke in the trades, and they sort of have that knowledge and experience that you can bounce feedback off. Getting outdoors, I love, especially now that it's beautiful summer. I love to go out camping, go for a surf, just get outside. Really enjoy what we have in New Zealand's offer. There's beautiful places you can go visit, day tripping to beaches, just getting outdoors, socialising with mates, having a real good, when it comes to that Friday afternoon or that Saturday morning, sit down with your mates and have a debrief. This is what I did this week. So what did you do? Just real sort of getting to socialise and just try and forget about my work week, especially if I've had sort of a tough work week. It's quite a good idea to just be able to talk to other people about that and bounce ideas off them, and just sort of really just let it all out, really. Just kind of forget about your work week and enjoy your time off. One thing I am a big believer in is a good sleep schedule. If you're sort of rocking up to work midweek and you're sort of going to bed and going to sleep real late, it has a real negative impact. It can have a real negative impact on your days, on your energy throughout the day, on your mood and your sort of enthusiasm when it comes to work. I've been a victim of it before, been guilty of going to bed at sort of 11:30, 12:30, even 1 AM, and I've got to wake up at 5 o'clock for work the next day. And it doesn't set you off on the right foot. So one thing I've really been trying to work on and improve is going to bed at that 9 o'clock, 9:30, sort of even 10 o'clock. And it really does, I've had a big notice and effect that it really does improve my attitude and my sort of mentality the next day, the willingness to get up and get your boots on and get into work and spend the next sort of 9 hours working away in the sun. 5 years time. So 5 years time, I'd hope to be qualified. And potentially move overseas and do a bit of travel, experience some things, even maybe move to Australia, do a bit of building over there, just really gain my sort of knowledge and experience as a My advice would be stick at it, and stick at it and enjoy your day to day. If you're working at a company where you've got maybe some colleagues who don't treat you very well, or there's that typical stigma of being an apprentice, if you're not in a great environment, don't be afraid to make a change. Change to a company. There's plenty out there with some really good people who would look after you and treat you as a valued sort of person as part of their team. And once you do find that good crew, really just work hard at not only showing up to work every day, but also being sociable. We're working together with these guys for 9 hours a day, 5 days a week, some of us. And if you've got a relationship with one of them who's a good friend, or doesn't anything like that, it really makes the days go easier. If you're rocking up to work with one of your mates, sort of thing, it really sort of makes work feel really easy. Best advice we've received is probably just to run your own race. It's real easy to compare yourself to sort of the older apprentices, or even the old qualified boys. You're working with them day in, day out, and it's just human nature to sort of compare your level of work to their level of work. And you've just got to remind yourself and bring yourself back to the idea that you're still learning, you're doing something new most days, and you're doing this for the first time. And if you're not doing it up to at the right speed, or if it's not up to the same quality, it just takes time, and you've just got to focus on running your own race and looking after yourself.